wanted to get violent about it. And in fact, wanted to go to the top of the mountains and just scream. But that really was, I learned fairly quickly that wasn't the best way to get this communication out there, that I needed to calm down, get conversational, get to the point where I could speak, openly and honestly without being crazy about it. And so that the industry would accept me, so my peers would accept me, and really so my patients and families would accept me as well for what I was saying. I eventually was able to tone it down enough so that you can see me now actually being able to do this in a, in a mannerful way. But over the next several years, I changed I took so many people off of medicine and off their diagnosis, eventually closing my practice in Cincinnati and beginning to do work around the world. I made it my business to go see how psychiatry was delivered in multiple different countries and multiple different states in this union as well. And I really learned that there is no real definition of what mental illness is. It's actually a cultural phenomena or a local phenomena. It's a phenomena that is, more based on the situation. So what looks like depression in Texas may not look like depression in Reykjavik, or may not look like depression in Tibet. Whereas if you have a broken arm, it's going to be a broken arm in Singapore. It's going to be a broken arm in London. It's going to be a broken arm wherever you are. Psychiatry and mental health, it's more based on circumstances more than anything, and frankly, more based on the beholder, the diagnoser, who is the one who's determining whether or not you're out of the bounds with respect to your mental health presentation. Learning this has left me with a couple different changes in my life, as you can imagine. And one of them was to create a business to kind of walk out of conventional psychiatry and start looking at entrepreneurial opportunities. I began to be a restorative, transformational coach, taking people off of medicine. But that wasn't enough, Steve, because if people thought that they were sick, if taking them off of medicine would only have them wonder what else did they need to take if it wasn't going to be these medicine, because they felt they were sick. So we had to go to undiagnosing, basically getting people to get that maybe there's nothing wrong with them being confused in a confusing world, or being depressed in a depressing world, or being terrified in a frightening world. Like maybe it's okay to be uncomfortable, as you mentioned before. Maybe it's really okay. In fact, maybe that's central, human condition. Once we can get that, where people start thinking that, I thought I was sick, but I'm not, then there's no longer anything to treat. And without anything to treat, no one is eager to take any medicine for anything. We start getting this welcome to humanity concept, which was the name of the company that I formed, and is self-explanatory to some sense. Like any and all things that come with this human experience are meant to be exactly as they are, even if they're ridiculous and unacceptable and unspeakable and heinous and barbaric, and which we've all seen versions of that in this lifetime. It's okay. It's part of being human. And there may be nothing wrong with you having difficulty actually metabolizing those things. That might just be central to your humanity, which again does some serious damage to what one thinks mental illness is.